Hello and welcome to Byju's IAS. Let's begin your daily quiz with the first question on your screen. Question number 1. Located in the Idukki district of Kerala, the Mullaperiyar Dam is under the control of which of the following states or union territories? Is it Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, or Puducherry? The correct answer, as you should know, is Tamil Nadu. As you know, the Mullaperiyar Dam is at the center of controversy for quite some time now between Kerala and the state of Tamil Nadu. Although it is located in Kerala, it is run, maintained, and controlled by the state of Tamil Nadu as per a 999-year lease signed when the British used to be in India. Tamil Nadu operates this dam to provide water for some of its southern districts. Now, since the dam is in Kerala and it is operated by Tamil Nadu, both the states accuse each other of overlooking the requirements of the dam. For example, in today's newspaper, there is a news article according to which the local residents of Idukki district were very unhappy when water was released from the dam early morning without any prior intimation. This is not the first time that such an incident has happened. In the past, also, local residents have accused the Tamil Nadu government of not keeping in mind their safety. Since the dam is over 120 years old, people also allege that the dam needs urgent revamp of its infrastructure, which the Tamil Nadu government has been ignoring. The most recent issue with regards to the dam is about the maximum permitted water level. While the state of Kerala thinks that higher water level would put at risk the lives of lakhs of people in the state of Kerala, for Tamil Nadu, lower water level would mean that they would not have enough water supply to their five southern districts. As a result of which, recently the central government has even formed a three-member supervisory committee to decide on the appropriate water level for the dam. Question number 2. Which amongst the following is not one of the criteria to be eligible for reservation under the EWS category? Number 1. Your family should not own agricultural land of 5 acres or more. Second, your family should not own a residential flat of area 1000 square feet or more. Third, your family should not own a residential plot of an area 100 square yards or more. And last, your family should not own a residential plot in areas other than notified municipalities of 250 square yards or more. Which of these is not one of the criteria? The correct answer is D, since the criteria mentions 200 square yards and not 250. The reason why we are discussing this topic is because EWS reservation in India has been in the news ever since the Supreme Court has asked the government about the criteria on the basis of which the government decided 8 lakh income as the criteria for EWS reservation. The Supreme Court had said that the central government must give its reasoning for using 8 lakh annual income as the limit for EWS reservation, as it cannot randomly put a number and give reservation to the people. Thus, the government has now appointed a three-member panel to review the EWS quota in the coming weeks. Question number 3. Which of the following is incorrect with regards to the voluntary renunciation of Indian citizenship? Number 1. If an Indian citizen wishes, who is of full age and capacity, he can relinquish citizenship of India by his will. Second, when a person relinquishes his citizenship, every minor child of that person also loses Indian citizenship. Third, however, when such a child attains the age of 18, he may resume Indian citizenship. And fourth, none of the above. You have to choose the incorrect one, and that is why the answer here is D. All these three given statements are absolutely correct. When we talk about citizenship, we usually read about how can a person get Indian citizenship, while we don't pay a lot of attention on renunciation of Indian citizenship. However, today's Hindu newspaper carries this article under which 6 lakh Indians have renounced Indian citizenship in the past 5 years from 2016 to 2020. Not just this, another worrying sign is that a lot of high net worth Indians are leaving the country. India is the second to China in terms of rich people leaving the country and becoming citizens of some other country. In the same period, about 10,645 people applied for Indian citizenship, of which over half are from Pakistan and over 450 had no country to call their own. The Home Affairs Ministry also said that now the total number of Indians living in foreign countries has reached 1 crore 33 lakh 83,718. Question number 4. Amongst the 8 core sectors in the index of industrial production, which sector has the lowest weightage? Cement, coal, fertilizers, or steel? The correct answer is fertilizers. So, 8 core industries together make up 40.27% weightage of the IIP. From this 40.27, the lowest weightage is of fertilizers. On the other hand, the highest weightage is given to refinery products. The reason why we are discussing this is because of this article in the Hindu newspaper that talks about revamped growth in the core sector of the economy. The article tells us that cement, coal, electricity, and refinery products have driven October's growth numbers at a much higher level as compared to the earlier months. The article also says that except crude oil, all the other sectors have recorded a positive year on year growth in October. Year on year growth means when you compare 2020 October with 2021 October. This is a monthly index published on the last working day of every month and gives a comparison of the growth of India's economy. Next, we have a previous year question from 2019. Why is there a great concern about the microbeads that are released into the environment? Number one, they are considered harmful to marine ecosystems. Second, they are considered to cause skin cancer in children. Third, they are small enough to be absorbed by crop plants and irrigated fields. Fourth, they are often found to be used as food adulterants. The correct answer here is A. Microbeads essentially are very, very small plastic pieces which are so small that they cannot be broken down any further. They cause great harm to the marine ecosystem. They are usually used in items of cosmetics, personal care, and cleaning products and help in prolonging the shelf life of these products. They are pretty cheap in the market, and that is why they are very widely used in these products. Because of their size, they are usually not captured by most wastewater treatment plants and they can be washed down the drain after the use. Thus, they usually end up in rivers, lakes, oceans around the world. Since they cannot be filtered, the most effective way to get rid of them is to prevent them from entering the environment at the first place itself. Time now for the fact of the day, and today we will be discussing about how Barbados is finally becoming a republic after 396 years of being a British colony. So Barbados got independence from the British in 1966. However, after independence, they decided to retain Queen Elizabeth as the nominal head of the state. In other words, they formed their own government, they declared independence, but they did not become a republic. Till this Tuesday, Barbados was not a republic since it still considered the Queen of England as the head of their state. Just like some other countries have done, for instance, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Jamaica, these countries also, after becoming independent from the British, continue to regard the British Queen as their head of the state. You must understand, the British did not force any one of them to continue regarding their queen as the head of the state. Neither did the British fight Barbados now when they decided to become a republic. It is all consensual. Barbados became a British colony way back in 1625 and gained independence in 1966. Although this is a major change, but it is mostly on paper because not much will change on the ground in the sense that lives of the people will remain the same. Just that the words such as royal, crown, etc. will not be used in the official references of Barbados from now onwards. Like with Australia, for example, their Air Force is still called the Royal Australian Air Force. The word royal is with reference to the British. Barbados is not the first country to do this, that is, to become republic much later after becoming independent. Mauritius did the same in 1992. That is, they also removed the queen as the head of the state. Many Caribbean countries have done this in the past. For example, Guyana in 1970, Trinidad and Tobago in 1976, and Dominica in 1978 all decided to remove the British Queen as the head of their state. Thus, Barbados now has its very first president, that is Dame Sandra Prunella Mason. This is it for today's session. Thank you so much for watching the video.